Hey everyone, so today we are going to go nickel hunting. In hindsight, I'd already actually opened up the box, and I think in future videos I'm going to do the unboxing with you guys. The reason why I did that, today I actually got one box of nickels and then 2 boxes of pennies, and found out that every single one of my pennies were the 2020s. So I got 2 full boxes of nothing but 2020 pennies. So I wanted to go ahead and jump into this box here, the nickels, and make sure that I didn't have any, make sure they weren't all 2020. The good news is I did take a look at them. There are some the older ones, there are some newer ones here and there. So this does look like a box I am going to be able to hunt. So let's go ahead and dive into it, and we'll start with one of the first rolls. Here, I'm going to pull it out, and then we'll push this box back, and then we will get started. And so here we will start with this one right here. A little bit older of a coin. Actually, it's about a mid-year, so it's not too terribly old. I say probably early 2000s. And hopefully we have some coins inside of here. We will hunt and see what we can find. I will bring you into any of them that I do find. And so we will begin. Let's get hunting. All right, so coin roll number 2 got us here a 1957. This one is minted out of Denver here. A little bit dirty, but I'll go ahead and add it to the board. Does get us a little bit older of a year. Pretty decent shape, other than it being a little dirty. The caveat is you can see that it definitely was on the end of one of the rolls, because it does have the ring on it, which is unfortunate. But I will add it to the board, and we'll go over it at the end of the video. So this one found us our next 1957. Kind of hard to focus in on it. Got a little bit of damage on the front. This one is a Philadelphia, so that's going to give us our Denver and our Philly. Let's see if anything else is left inside of this roll. All right, so coin roll number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 brought us our 1953. Older style coin. This one is minted out of Denver. We'll add that up to the list up top here. See if we can find anything else in this roll. Ooh, and right behind it, a 1940 nickel. And that is in fantastic shape. Holy cow. But this one is in Philadelphia. Very good shape for a 1940. I'm very proud of that one. And I'll put that up on the board. And at the end of the video, I will give a recap of all the coins that we have found. But let's continue, see if there's anything else in this roll. And last coin that I looked at, 1955. Decent shape, not as good a shape as the 1940, but this one is out of Denver as well. So we got a 1955 and a 1953. We'll put that right in between both of those. And that was in coin roll number 5. So 6 coins out of there, not including any of the 1960s that we found. But let's continue, see if we can find any others. And I check each and every single one only because I'm still learning the designs for some of the years, because I know that some people like to hold the 2009s, and I'd like to catch one of those just so I can see what it is. Another 1964, got a lot of those. Ooh, a 1955 in that same roll. This one is out of Denver, and probably a duplicate. Yep, got 2 of those. Ooh, coin roll number 11, 1941, pretty well worn. But a 1941 out of Philadelphia. We'll add that. That's going to sit right next to our 1940 that we found. Coin roll number 11. So coin roll number 13, another 1941. The shine on this is fantastic. Definitely, I almost skimmed right past it because it was a shinier coin, and I'm starting to see some of the patterns, and I'm glad I didn't. This one is a 1941 out of Philadelphia. Gonna add that to the pile. I believe I already had the other one was a Philadelphia. Yep, and this one definitely is in the better shape of the two. Let's see if there's anything else inside of here. Another 1960. What is this? Ooh, right behind it, a 1946 out of Denver. I was hoping to see if maybe it was one of the silver coins, but I don't think this is the appropriate year. But we got a 1946 out of Denver. Getting quite a bit of 40s coins. I'm pleased so far. All right, so coin roll number looks like 17 got us a 1948. This one is minted out of Denver. Getting quite a bit of 40s out of here. Not too shabby. Ooh, got a 1947. This is roll number 18. Let's see what we got here. 1947 out of Denver. I'm going to hold on to this one just because it is extremely worn thin. This is a 2004, pretty much flat and smooth. Pretty neat. The back as well is pretty heavily damaged. I just think that's pretty neat how flat this one is, especially with it being a 2004. Looks like it's suffered very, very heavy wear. Ooh, got a Canadian coin right there, 1984. First coin out of, this is coin roll number 23. So 1957, this one comes out of Philadelphia. All right, coin roll number 24, got a 1941. Let me see if I can focus in on that. 1941, and this one is out of Philadelphia. Do I have any 41s? I do. I actually have 3 41s out of Philadelphia. That one's probably the worst out of the 3. All right. I'm going to round out the decade with this guy right here, a 1959. This one's going to be out of Denver. And a 1954, same roll that I just had just a second ago, where I was looking to round out some more of the years that I had. This one's a Philadelphia. All right, coin roll number 27. Look at this guy, another 1941. I think that's pretty decent condition there, and that one is minted out of Denver. So that is my 4th 1941 and the first one out of a Denver mint with that. So that's pretty neat. So far out of 27 rolls, I've found 4 1941 nickels, which I'm very happy with. All right, so coin roll number 28. Here we are with another find. This is a 1940. Let me see if I can get that. 1948. And another one minted out of Philly. Ooh. All right, so coin roll number 29 got us a 19. Let me see if I can get that. A 1951. I think I already had one of these, but this one is out of San Francisco. So coin roll number 34 gets us a 5-cent Centisimos. I think this is a Panama coin. Yep, 1968 Panama 5-cent coin right there. We'll add that, and I'll show it off a little bit more at the end. All right, so coin roll number 39 got us a 1940. This one minted out of Philly. Second 1940, I do believe, out of the box. All right, so coin roll number 42 got us another 1940. This one also out of Philadelphia. Third 1940 out of the box. That is our oldest coin so far. All right, so coin roll number 48, almost towards the end here, got a 1941. This one is found out of Philadelphia. I've already got a couple of those as well. That one's a little bit more worn, but that is quite all right. I'm going to bring you in. We'll go through this one together, only because this is my first nickel box that I've done. Pulled out quite a few goodies, but let's see if this will pull us anything else out. Hopefully we can end this box strong. Pretty confident and happy with this box. Found a couple foreign coins, a lot from the 50s, the 40s, the 60s. Unfortunately, nothing significantly older than that, and nothing too high of note. I would have loved to have gotten one of the silver nickels or one of the 30s nickels. I think that would have been really neat to find out. But let's see if we can find anything together in this final roll. Oh, coin number 2 in the last roll. Another Centisimos. This is from Panama. Also, if you look, another 1968. That's pretty neat. So I actually got 2. Oh, let me see if I can get both of those in the camera. So a 1968, both of them side by side. Pretty good shape. Actually, if you look, the one on the bottom, the one on my middle finger here, is in a little bit better condition there. A little bit more shine on it. Stands out a little bit better. But that's pretty cool. Second coin in roll number 50. Let's just finish this one out, see if there's anything else. Ooh, and we also found ourselves a 1942. Let's flip this guy over. And it is out of Denver, so we'll add ourselves a 1942 to the bunch. I think 1942, I'd have to look. I wonder if that's one of the ones that started with the Civil War nickels. Now, I do know that the mint mark is directly above the coin. Not the coin, the Monticello. So the mint mark would be right by where my index finger is there. And it would show you, that's how you would know if it was a silver coin. Unfortunately, that one did not have it. And nope. So that ends our nickel hunt there. All right, everybody. We have finished the roll, or actually the entire box. So I'm going to go and do a recap of all the coins that we found. Here we do have three 1940s, all minted out of Philadelphia, all pretty decent condition. A little bit of wear on each of those. I'm not going to go through all of these individually, but I did want to show that I got three of the 1940s, and I actually got five of the 1941s. I got one from the Denver Mint, and the rest are all the Philadelphias. Pretty well worn, but still, all in all, not too bad. Five 1941 coins. And I think I have, let me just go in order here, a 1942, a 46, and a 47. Let me bring these over. And two 48s. And let me see if I have, and that is it for my 40s. So I'm actually missing a couple of the 40s, and the big ones that I'm missing are going to be the 42, 43, 44, and 40. Actually, I got a 42. So the 43, 44, and 45, which I believe are the wartime nickels. They're the silver ones. Unfortunately, didn't get any of those, but still, you know, pretty happy with that. So let's go ahead and get this put back where it belongs. The next one's going to be all of my 50s nickels. So I've got the 1951, 52, 53, and 54. And I believe these are all going to be Philly and Denver mints. Let me just double check real quick. Got a Denver for the 51. And then the, actually I got a San Francisco for my 52. And then a Denver for my 53. And then going up in the years here, I got a couple 1955s and then the 57s. I didn't end up getting the 56. And I think that's the only year that I am missing for. Actually, I didn't get a 1950 either. So 1950... a 56. Yep, so that's everything. So right here, I'm going to end it out with the 1958 and a 1959. Pretty decent condition. This guy here I held on to. This is another 1959, but I mean, that is just in very, very rough, very worn condition. Definitely worn down. Feels a lot different as opposed to, you know, one of the other coins. A lot more features on this one. But still, I like the way this one looks. I actually wanted to hold on to it because of how much damage there was on that guy. Ended up keeping this guy. This one was pretty cool. This is a 2000... I think a 2004. I believe that's a 2004, but it is smooth. Very well worn. Very worn down. And I kept it because it kind of looks like a zombie. And I just thought that was a pretty neat coin. Let me zoom in on that. I mean, it literally feels just like smooth. There's a little bit of features you can tell, but I thought that was pretty neat. And then looking at the back, you could see a little bit of the Monticello there, but 2004 right there. Two 1968 Centisimos. Very good quality on both of them. And these are the Panama 5-cent coins. And right behind it is going to be our Canadian coin, and I think this is the 1984. Yep. So 1984 Canadian coin. This is the nickel, the 5-cent one. Let me see if I can get that zoomed in right there. That might be as good. Oh, there we go. Finally decided to focus. 1984, and then the Queen Elizabeth coin right there. So that was pretty neat. Three of the foreign coins there. And, you know, one of the things I wanted to show was the spread of the 60s. And what I did was, I'm just going to pull all these. Every single one of these are 1964 coins that I pulled out. And the reason why I wanted to pull them out is because I felt like they were so common. I mean, I was just getting them left and right. And I've got two full rolls of coins. 4% of every coin that I pulled out turned out to be a 1964. And I found out why. The 1964 year was 2.7 billion coins minted total between the two mints. I'm going to show that in the book here in just a second. And while that sounds like a lot, and don't get me wrong, it is a lot, when you see it compared and contrasted to the other years, I mean, it's astronomical. And it really shows in the amount of coins that I got. Again, it's 4% of all my coins that I pulled out was a 1964, which doesn't sound like a lot in the grand scheme of things, but I got everywhere from 1940 pretty much all the way up to 2020. That's an 80-year gap, and 4% of those coins were my 1964. So it was pretty well pretty well spread for the most part, except for that year. Unfortunately, with them being so many minted, there's not much that I can do with these. I'm going to end up, depositing them back into the bank. There's really no value with these. But give me just a second. I'm going to get the book and show you the mintage. All right, so I went ahead and got my red book, and just to kind of show you the mintage, right here is my 1964. The 1964 D is in Denver, and as you can see, almost 2.8 billion coins minted. They're really only going to be valuable if they're in the mint state 60 condition. But if you look at like the other years, 1965, 136 million, 63 Denver, 276. I mean, pretty much every other year, none of them come close to the 2.7 total that was minted for 1964. And I didn't know that before coming into this video. And I just happened to notice it as I'm going through the nickels. And knowing that now, I truly wonder how many of these I'm going to end up getting through the rest of my nickel hunting journey. So just be aware of those. Quite a bit minted for 1964. But thank you for watching. Appreciate you guys and girls going with me on this journey for this nickel box. Pretty happy with it. All in all, added some new things to my collection. Definitely was a fun experience, and I like the fact that they were bigger than the pennies. It's easier to fly through these a little bit quicker. But as always, I appreciate all of your views and your time. Thank you for watching. Feel free to leave a like or a comment or subscribe if you enjoy this type of content.